Welcome back, RDDC familians. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live at Real Double Dose channel, where you're at right now tuning in. For any questions, show requests, or feedback, as always, reach us anytime at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com. And as well as check out our wonderful pages on Real Double Dose channel.blogspot.com. And we are now officially Real Double Dose channel.com. And that website and apparel and so much more is being created right now. So yeah, we do have the domain finally where we should be, and that is coming to you very soon to check out. And we're so excited about that. And you can still check out the blogspot for many other pages that will be still incorporated in the RealDoubleDoseChannel.com official, as well as RDDC Lex Team /Facebook, and at our handle at Real Double Dose Channel on Instagram and all the other social medias that we can think of for now. Check us out on TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, Spotify, Blueberry, iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and our links are also located at the Blogspot on the About Me section, and disclaimers of music or anything else, our book collection, and so much more. And as well as you can find those links on our SoundCloud page. So without further delay, we'll get to YouTube later. So without further delay, thank you for tuning in again. And I appreciate the shout outs and the happiness and all the love that you guys showed us. And just for the fact that you're here, because you're family, like that we're real family, okay? Not just Olive Garden family, we're Real Double Dose family. Boom. So I hope you're all doing well, and we will answer some of your questions coming up. And we do have about 7 or 8 more people that want to start coming on here for their preludes, and we're going to get that organized here soon. But right now, we're all about illumination of getting to know the self. Hint, hint. That book that I have perfectly and beautifully got a chance to write with co-author is, basically the intuition of spirit, is about to roll out very soon. And for at least the launch of what's going on, we believe 10 to 20 of you will be able to get your first free copies. Yes, it's going to be pretty bomb, but it's kind of a guide along with what you're doing for yourself anyway. But this right here, this episode is called #Just Imagine. I'm free-handing the mic. Please don't mind any static, any loud points or soft points. I like to move and feel the essence of it. I don't like to stay stiff, because that's not what Real Double Dosing is all about. It's about movement, growth, and taking some leaps, right? So, but this is just imagine, right? A person tells you, or I just got a new car. Thank heaven to the creator, all things through the creator. But also, I want to say, it wasn't that little TV show we saw where the old sleazy salesman is. It was actually a wonderful car company that I got a chance to go, Mr. Kedlick. And it was a really nice time. Had a little hangry pains in between the negotiation. But, some granola bars and some coffee and popcorn chilled that out real quick. But it still was a beautiful experience. And Peyton is awesome, wonderful, and bomb.com. But I was thinking to myself, man, just imagine, Lex, you're in this car, the wind's blowing, your hair is flowing, you feel good, you see some cool people over here to the side and left, and you're thinking, let me go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries, please. That's what I was thinking, but I still haven't went there again yet. That is my spot, don't get me wrong. I have only been there not enough times, but it was memorable. Let's put it that way. It's on my hit list to go over there and spend some time. I like the natural taste of things. It just tastes. It's good enough to go back to every day. But I'm just gonna say, just imagine. #Just imagine. Just imagine you are exactly where you want to be. Imagine that you have the life that you want. Imagine you have the relationship you look for, whether with yourself or someone else. Imagine you have your children, no matter how they may be born into this world or what may happen in the course of this world, they're still your beautiful babies. Imagine having the shoes or the car or the things that you look for. Just imagine what those beautiful elements are, and just stay right there in that moment, okay? Can you see it? Tell me if you do. You can email us if you want, but tell yourself, what do you see in that imagination? Can you feel your senses pulling through? Can you feel the magical moments and smell the breeze of wherever you're at? Whether it be the smell of a new car, whether it be the feeling of an embrace or a hug or the ocean breeze on your face, whether it be going to a village to help children read or feed them, or whatever it might be. Can you hashtag just imagine? Now imagine all of this is reality when you open your eyes. Yeah, it's hard. I know a lot of you are saying, oh, that's just torture. No, it's not. It's not torture. And let me break it down to you why it's not torture at all. Everything that we see apart from the Creator's vision and manifestations, right, is a direct impact of what we have created through our imaginations and beliefs. Whether it's from the negative or the positive, from a cell phone to a car, to a light bulb or a light bulb, or even a razor blade, a stove or a coffee table, a coffee pot. It was all a part of someone's vision because they just imagined. Now, that's the whole thing I want to put out here for all of us, every single one of us. And I learn something every single time we go on here and beyond. And I think, let me share it with my family. It's just like you want to come home or you discover some new thing you want to share with your best friend. That's how I feel when I'm out here with you all, you beautiful, wonderful people of colors and countries and of languages and diversities and just levels of life. If we just imagine that, it comes there. Like, it's funny how I see, and we all see, we can go to these malls and stores and see even tires, for goodness sake. I mean, anything from what the Creator technically did create it because the Creator created us. But I'm saying within our own personal selves, on our human flesh level, is created. Like, just for the fact that you're able to download episodes or even hear them, it was a part of someone's creation or vision or dream. They just imagined it and they didn't let anyone else falter what they had an imagination for. And the same doubts that you may be rising in yourself, if you took those moments to hashtag just imagine, you probably thinking the moment you could even slip into it and feel it, we literally take ourselves right from that imagination. Like, okay, it is torture. I used to feel that. Why am I torturing myself? Years ago. Why am I looking for something? I should be happy where I'm at right now. Okay, but it doesn't mean you have to settle. There's nothing wrong with being happy and excited where you are in life right now, even if it's not the grandest, quote, painted fake picture that people like to post up all the time. Maybe they're imagining that life for themselves, but they're actually torturing themselves because they're imagining something they're not actually pursuing. The whole point of hashtag just imagine is knowing that you're pursuing the imagination that you have. And even if it's for a moment or a vacation or just a point in time you want to escape to it right then and there. Don't say, once I get over here to Las Vegas, I'm going to enjoy myself and just relax and have the buffet I want to go to, have craps and tables. I guarantee you there's a crap table or a blackjack table somewhere and a buffet around you to make that happen. Okay? Don't say, once I get to Barbados, which we got some vacations coming up. Don't get me wrong. Free vacations coming up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the whole point is you're torturing yourself at that moment because if you look at it, you could be in Barbados right now at this very moment. You can be in Barbados. There's nothing stopping you. Physically, yeah. I mean, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You could be right there seeing the ocean breeze. You can be right there in Greece. You can be right there in France. Everywhere we want to go is nothing but a snap away. We might not know the whole layout of the land, but we know enough picturesque to put it in our vision. And if you think about it, wouldn't it be torture if we just went there for 2 weeks knowing we had to come back to something we didn't want to because we didn't just imagine and start doing what we just imagined and made it come to fruition? Think about that for a minute, right? Just imagine that. When we tell ourselves, oh man, it's good thinking about it, and people say, oh, stop dreaming, it's so high, it's this and that. You got to kind of want to like virtually slap them, in your mind at least, or mentally slap them into shaking of a good slap, If you go to a vacation, you enjoy yourself. Like a good friend of mine, I love him to death, I call him my bride bear. He's going out to, I believe, this wonderful cruise all the way to Alaska. Yeah, I want to go to Kodiak, Alaska. One of the novels I wrote, the fantasy novels, are based in Kodiak, Alaska. But at the same time, I plan on going, but my mind has already been there. Like, I literally have seen the bears come out from behind the forest. I've seen the water. I've tasted it on my lips and how sweet it is. Now, even if I get there and it doesn't feel exactly how I envisioned it, I still got to taste what I believed and I just imagined to be Kodiak, Alaska. I've been there already physically in my mind. You see? And it doesn't mean that we have to always stay in our minds and, oh, Lex, okay, so what are you saying? We should never. No, what I'm saying is what you imagine, just imagine, can be made into a physical fruition and touch and experience on a physical human level, flesh level. But you have to imagine it. You have to feel the imagination and accept the fact that you are living the imagination for the moment that it is. When you go on stage or when you watch a movie, you don't look at it and say, oh, Matt Damon's going to do this, and I know him. We just had lunch the other day. He couldn't be Jason Bourne. You don't do that. When you watch, different things for Disney, you don't say, well, the photographers and the graphic designers did this for, Cinderella and Avatar. We don't do that. We just watch the movie and enjoy it. We imagine their imagination and live it with them. Am I wrong or right? I'm right. So, let me just answer that for you real quick. What I'm saying for all that is more torture for me in my mind. Yeah, you get the experience, but it's torture for me in my mind to go somewhere for a week and have to go back to something else. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people are great at serving. Some people are good at being customer service. Some people are great at these things, and that's why there's so many of us to fulfill these things. But if it's not something that you have to fulfill for a long time process, or is not what you were called to do and your true calling, then you are in a hell of an imagination, because it's definitely not the imagination of the reality that awaits for you. Wherever you've seen yourself, wherever you feel that you belong in that realm of understanding, without a shadow of a doubt, without anyone being able to shake you from your yoke of understanding, that's where it is, and that's what you feel, that's what put in you on the greatest level possible to not only help yourself but all of humanity in some kind of small or huge way, then that's what we should be doing. Can you imagine that everything that we just imagine is reality? And when I hear people say that, in different programs we have, especially with different groups dealing with certain stuff, and I tell people too, like my mom does her prison ministry, whatever it might be. You see the cells and the walls and the correctional officers walking around. You see how they have it structured up or not, right? That was all imagined somehow. Someone said when someone else commits a crime or does something, we want a place to put them. We want to put a place. Oh, I can't even talk. We want to put them in a place, rather whatever design they had in their mind. They obviously need to reconstruct it and get it together. But I'm saying they had that imagination, no matter how cruel it may look. When someone else thought about dog collars and dog food and dog houses. When someone thought about hair scrunchies and lipstick and eyeshadow and fake eyelashes. When someone thought about hair extensions and braids and whatever else they came up with, and shoes and sandals and socks and shaving cream for your legs and, Motorola's, whatever, pagers. The home phone, all these wires and lines and different stuff. Like just last night, the Transformers went out and the whole, neighborhood just went completely blacked out. It was a little freaky apocalyptic experience, but it definitely snapped me in reality to realize this is where we could be at a split second in time. No technology at all. No electricity at all. Just functioning off of what happens right then and there. Just imagine a world with no one's imagination ever coming to fruition. We wouldn't know the difference because we would have never experienced it. But think about what you're experiencing now from someone else's imagination that has come to life because they didn't let haters and negative spectators downplay their imagination. They just just imagined the moment coming to life. They didn't force it and ask a million questions. I'm pretty sure questions came up. I'm pretty sure they were, well, how is this going to happen? But they deaded it out enough for it to happen. Steve Jobs is a perfect example of that. Bill Gates, whoever you want to say, Oprah, Steve Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres, all of them have come to that fruition. Kids on the Disney Channel, even now, Selena Gomez, different ones like, Lizzo, her wonderful self, Rihanna, all of them, okay? And it's not the point of high profile. Some people don't want the fame. They just want to be able to take care of their family. Some people don't want enough to buy 17 cars. They just want enough to have their bills paid and they can sit in the backyard with the pool and a nice little mojito. I don't know. Some people just want to go on a camping trip, like some of my friends just want to go camping and get a tent out and hang out with their wife or their husband for a couple of weeks with just some marshmallows on the pit. It could just be that. It doesn't have to be Maseratis and Lambos. It doesn't have to be a mansion and you sitting on stage coaching a million people. Whatever it is that you just imagine, live it, love it, do it, and just dare to dream. You know, that's actually something up there. Dare to dream. But anyways, without going off track too much, hashtag just imagine. Okay, say it very clear again. Just imagine that what you feel, taste, you actually feel. I mean, in more ways than your emotions. You can reach out and touch it in your hand. You know, it's like a virtual reality game. People love it so much because they feel like they're really there. But just imagine if you start doing your own VR game, virtual reality game in your mind, where you're actually feeling it. You're actually feeling the moment of where you want to be. You see it, you know it. And you're taking every step, every single moment that you're still breathing to move in that direction, no matter if it's 2 tasks that day or 1. You still get up. And I have to give myself kudos for that because I'm like, oh, come on, Lex. But I look at it like, look, at least I'm still moving forward to it. Yeah, I need to do better, but at least I recognize I need to do better and moving forward to it. Not pushing it, but moving with the current of flow that already wants to go in the direction of what I just imagined. I know who I am. I'm discovering more of who I am. I know what I was called to be and the purpose of my beingness here. And I also know what I love and like. I want to go to all these things. I'm a little, scared of the plane thing. But I still want to, enjoy that ocean breeze, whether it be just sitting there in Washington at my Twilight Beach. We don't know. Going to Canada and chilling. Going to Puerto Rico, wherever. It's just the time we want there. Not necessarily buying a million things, but just sitting there, having some good, fresh food on the beach, having some cool sightsees and some mountains, enjoying what the Creator, God, made us to have. And I remember it was this Instagram post that said, I'm pretty sure I wasn't born just to work 40 or 50 hours a week and pay my bills. That right there made me like, wow. And if it is 40 or 50 or 80 hours a week, like I see some, little things out there that they have on like Dodo or different sites they have. Some family was in New York making it from a whole long dream. And they get up and grind this out 12 hours a day making their good food that they do from their country or whatever it might be, the whole thing or whatever. I think it was Nigeria, I'm not sure. But they had a smile from ear to ear. It didn't look at the fact that they had to grind it out with their kids and have a good time. Their grind was their imagination of happiness. They just imagined that from a whole other country, came over here, and 20 years later are phenomenal. Famous enough to have millions of people know who they are, and thousands of people come visit them and order their food. And they loved what they do. So you see, your imagination has no limitations unless we place them upon that. And our imaginations have no business in the imaginations of other people's minds. It's not for us to look at their opinions and hear what they say and what they think. It's for us to build every single imagination block in there, seemingly with our vision, just going with the flow, not against it, not forcing it, but going with it and doing what we have to do. Love and support is always there, but you and us, we have to be our greatest supporter out there for everything we have going on. Even if there's only one person that ever hears this show or does any reading or anything else, that's one person that's going to affect 1 = 1 million. Same way affects in your life. Okay, it might not be $1 million, but I tell you one thing, if you know what you do or what you have can affect 1 million+ people, that equals 10 million people later on, you'll feel a lot better when you sleep at night. Or if you feel like your seeds have helped someone else grow from pushing past their fears or their downplays of everybody else's non-imagination, you'll still feel great when you get a chance to sleep at the end of the night. Your back will feel better. You feel amazing, people. So let me leave that with you. I love you. I don't want this to be too long, but just enough for you to get. We always appreciate your support. And hashtag just imagine, and I know you just imagine that you are exactly where you need to be and where you're going. Just have faith, because I don't even know every single one of your faces, but I have faith that your imaginations will all come true if we all believe in our imagination. So this is your host Lex, coming to you straight from the heart, where the talk is real, the vibe is live. I love you. Blessings, amazing. Be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit. Hashtag just imagine. Keep your heads up strong every day. Keep tuning in for more. And we'll be back with you very, very soon.